you could just go like, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel on this fine day of Valentine's. Time has completely gotten away from me, and I had vague intentions of doing a look for Valentine's Day, and I'm realizing now it's February 10th and there's no way that's gonna happen. So instead, as someone who loves pink and red eyeshadow and has more pink and red eyeshadow and like rosy eyeshadow than I could ever use in my lifetime, and there's the last thing that I need to buy is more red, pink, and rosy purple eyeshadow. But because those are like my favorite colors to wear ever, every single Valentine's Day release, I'm like, oh, that's fucking nice. And then I look over here, I'm like, that's fucking nice. And I feel like I see so many people who are like roasting Valentine's Day releases, and they're like, we don't need any more red and pink palettes. And I'm like, but like, we do though. Anyway, I thought that it may be helpful for me, perhaps helpful or entertaining for you, to go through the palettes in my collection that I feel like are perfect for Valentine's Day and that I could easily use instead of buying new palettes. And a lot of these, some are new, a lot of these are older, so there's a strong possibility that you may have one of these, a few of these in your collection already, and maybe this might jog your memory and be like, hey, so you can be like, hey, I do have that, let me pull it out and use it, you know? Okay, so first one, there's really no particular order to this. Lime Crime Venus 3. This truly is like a very appropriate, Valentine's Day appropriate palette. You have rosy tones, you have soft purples, you have iridescent shades, you could go more neutral with it. Not my favorite formula in the world, but like these tones and this, even just the packaging of this palette, like this palette, to me, really screams Valentine's Day. It's older. I forget to use this a lot. Maybe you've forgotten that you have this, or it's pushed in the back of your drawer somewhere. And I think that this would be a really great palette to use for Valentine's Day, especially if you're going for like a soft, pinky, rosy look, you know? If that's your vibe and you have this palette, pull her back out. Another random one that's a little bit cooler toned and smokier, Morphe Jaclyn Hill Vault Collection palette, the Bling Boss palette. Again, a little bit brighter, a little bit more saturated, but you could go a little bit more muted with this as well. And again, one that maybe people have. It's older, it came out a while ago, but still a really, really beautiful color story, and one that's very appropriate on this day of love. Moonspell Volume 2. This is like this is it. Like, this is the Valentine's Day palette, you know? Like, tell me this isn't Valentine's Day. It is. It is. And I love the shades in here. I really like the formula. You have a lot of different options. You can go bright, you can go neutral, you can go pink, you can go red, you can go purple. This shade Luna is like Valentine's Day in a color. It is so, so nice. And I feel like it really is like Halloween and Valentine's Day had a baby. And if you picked this palette up, don't forget it, because it is perfect. Literally perfect. A very similar palette, one that's a little bit older again, is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. But this really is, like, maybe not these two rows, but I guess the neutrals in here are pretty rosy toned though. And you have more of your brights, you have pinks, you have reds, again, you have purples, you have neutrals. Like, this is, again, Valentine's Day in a palette. Some people didn't, I know a lot of people didn't get this, but if you did, and you forgot that you had this Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette, remember it, and bring it back out and give it some love. Truly, again, so, so appropriate. If you don't want to go super bright and pink, because I feel like I associate Valentine's Day makeup with like bright red, pink, mauves, like rosy tones, purples. But like in my everyday life, I'm probably gonna have a neutral look if I'm going out on Valentine's Day. So the Lorac Fairy Tale Forest could be a very good option for that. You have some of these like pinky, like mauvey, rosy tones, but you also have these really beautiful sparkly neutrals if you want to go for something like a little bit regular, schmegular, neutral, sparkly vibes. You can also go like a little bit deeper if you want to take this like taupey shade. I don't know. This is giving me a neutral Valentine's Day. You know what I mean though? And it's a really good neutral palette that has like really beautiful textured sparkly shades. And if you ended up buying this, could be an appropriate palette. I feel like, again, what a combo. What a combo for Valentine's Day. Some oldie but goodies, ColourPop Ooh La La, and ColourPop Main Squeeze. I feel like either of these are Valentine's Day. If you happen to have both of them, pull these old guides back out and use them together. I did a Valentine's Day, like a two-toned look, using these two palettes last year. I want to recreate it because I didn't. The pictures that I took of it did not do the look justice. But again, look at these beautiful pinks. And I feel like this might have been their first monochromatic palette, and like this was the era of monochromatic palettes, so I'm sure that a lot of people own this. Don't forget about it, especially with all of these like full pink palettes. I mean, I have so many pinky palettes, but can't forget about the original. And then Main Squeeze again. What a beautiful little red palette. And I still do really like this. I think there's a lot of beautiful shades in here. This Juicy Fruit shade I always say is such a beautiful like gold red duochrome. If you want red and pink eyeshadow, truly look no further. And if you have like indie special shades, you can pair them with these palettes and, you know, shop your stash. Go a little crazy. Also, getting back into the neutral side of things again, treat yourself on this day of love. I don't know why I keep saying that. Love yourself on this day of love. And maybe if you have a Pat McGrath palette, bring it out, like myself. Again, if you want to go more neutral, but also, this is by the way, Pat McGrath Mothership 5 Bronze Seduction. You can go neutral and sparkly. You can go subtle, you can go intense, and then look at this red Valentine's, this pinky rose gold Valentine's, top it with this gold Valentine's. So this could be a very good option to just have a nice time. Treat yourself while you're getting ready, perhaps to do nothing. We literally just like drank wine in our apartment last year because it was like we were fully locked down, but I still got full glam. And if you're by yourself, why not still get full glam? Going off of the back of that, another Pat McGrath palette that I need to reach for more is the Pat McGrath Mothership. What is this? Rose Decadence. Yeah, this is Rose Decadence. Again, couldn't get more Valentine's Day. Even the packaging, roses, pinky, and then you have these beautiful pinky, purpley shades with this gold and this warm toned like orangey bronze. Such a beautiful little rosy pinky palette. I feel like you could do such beautiful soft looks, like pinky soft looks with this. Great. If you want to go more vibrant, look no further than the Colored Rain Juicy Boost. I mean, look at this middle row. Maybe not. I mean, maybe you want to go full blue and green for Valentine's Day. Do you, my friend, do you. But you have a more traditional approach with this middle row, and then again, some more neutrally shades down here if you're a more neutral Valentine's Day person, but this is like Valentine's Day. Look at this beautiful pink shade. And look at this red, pink. You have a little bit more like muted, I guess, relative to this like fluorescent pink, but you could go like lighter and just simpler and do like a soft wash of pink. You could go full intense pink and red. And I mean, I love this palette in general as well. Another old one, let me remind you of it, the Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream palette. I feel like this is fall, but you could go, because you have rosier tones, you have some of these purples, this like burgundy, you can go more purpley, you can go more neutral. I feel like you can pair this purple and this blue together and go like purpley and more bright. And this is, again, like I said, an older palette. Maybe you have it and you haven't thought about using this for Valentine's Day or to have like the vibes of Valentine's Day makeup. Another good option, one that has me so excited, that is another like OG famous palette that until I started thinking of this video, I didn't really associate it with Valentine's Day. But the Jackie Aina and ABH palette, if you cover up this half, is this not a Valentine's Day palette? Look at this. This is a Valentine's Day palette. And then you also have some neutrals in here as well, if you want to go for more neutral. But I was like so struck by how like perfect this is for Valentine's Day. You have these like pink, mauve, purple shades. You have this purple, this red, and these beautiful sparkly like champagne-y, goldy, like rose gold shades. And I know a ton of people ended up buying this palette, so pull her back out and rediscover your love for her. Going more in like the purpley route of things, these two Kaleidos palettes I feel like give you a little bit of a different option if you want to go more like purple and a little bit more colorful. Futurism 3 Astro Pink. You could just use these like purpley mauve shades with this like silvery lavender and do a really nice like purpley look. You could also like go really smoky and use this duochrome here that's super sparkly, you know, gives you kind of like purpley mauve vibes. And then also the Futurism 6, I believe, Lunar Lavender. You can go more purple, or you could even go more like purpley neutral as well. I just think it's a different maybe take, a little bit different for like doing like purpley mauve looks for Valentine's Day. And if you happen to have these palettes, especially this one is a bit of an older one, pull her out, maybe do something different. Another really old palette that is very Valentine's Day, Juvia's Place, the Deuce palette. Juvia's Place has gotten themselves into some hot water on Instagram, so I'm taking a break from them, but I do have a good amount of their palettes, and this is very spring but also Valentine's Day with these like, you could go pinky, purpley, you have these beautiful like pinky duochromes, you have this like muted red shade almost, and I love that they have this really dark brown. Perfect for Valentine's Day. And then finally, this is very new to me, but very, I feel like, appropriate for Valentine's Day, and just doing like neutral. Oh, I just showed you the Blend Bunny, the Dollhouse palette. You can go like, look at this. Look, this row right here, this like mauve rosy row. This is Valentine's Day, and instead of 5 eyeshadows, you could also go like, this row is a little bit like purpley, dusty, you know, you could go a little bit smokier with it. This purple row, you could do like a glam, like neutral, dark smoky eye with like these taupey grays. I feel like this is a really, really great option, and use it if you bought it newly when it was released. That's great. It's perfect for Valentine's Day. Okay. Anyway, in my very non-Valentine's Day looking look, these are some of the palettes that I really felt like worked very, very well in terms of their color stories for just Valentine's Day, and also just like the theming around Valentine's Day, the color stories around Valentine's Day, not even necessarily to use on Valentine's Day, but like to remind myself that I have so many things that I could use to achieve the like Valentine's Day vision, especially instead of buying new releases, especially because I am someone who is particularly sensitive to Valentine's Day releases because I love the color stories that are releasing so much. So, you know, it's always good to remind yourself of what you have and the looks you can do with what you already own instead of buying all this new stuff. Hopefully this was helpful. And I thought it could be also like, I feel like I've seen so many Valentine's Day looks, so I was like, let me do something a little bit different, and I also ran out of time to do a look, so that goes with it as well. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, or if you want me to do more videos like this, like palettes that give me the vibes of whatever, because I would love to. You all already know I love talking about my palettes. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I would love to see you in my next one. Bye!